Hello, Beltwaniacs. This is Beltway Gordon with another installment of Beltway's Breakdown. First of all, I'd like to apologise for the lateness of this video, but as a reward for winning the Rumble, I took my boy AJ Gallagher to Las Vegas, baby. AJ Gallagher is the type of champion you can take to Las Vegas. Imagine Ragnar in Las Vegas. He'd terrify the showgirls. Anyway, let's dive into the two-night extravaganza that was Lords of the Ring and Syndicate 3. First up, Lords of the Ring, the tournament to determine the two number one contenders for the inaugural Tag Team Champions. I'll do a quick run through the tournament as it played out. In the quarterfinals matches, first, we had Heathen HQ, who unfortunately run through the duo of Leno James and AJ Gallagher because they couldn't get on the same page. Next, Temple of Light managed to get the best of Daddy and the Boy, Lenny Lynch, and LDJ, aka LNEDJ. What a ridiculous name. Lenny needs to tone down that hot-headedness and accept that the Temple had the right to kick him out because he was dead weight. As soon as he makes peace with that, he'll feel much better for it. Next, we had my boys, the Lost Boys, taking out the Reservoir Dogs, with King Devla taking the pin. King Devla, that flash in the pan, he's done for, he's finished. Then, we had the first of two flukes for the Milford Maulers, as they managed to get a lucky pin over the House of Bowden. Next up in the semi-finals, the Lost Boys once again proved their mettle by taking down Ethan HQ and proving that Amy Rose in particular is not fit to compete in a big boys game. More on that later. Then, as mentioned previously, the Milford Maulers managed to fluke another victory over the Temple of Light. The fact that Mattis Cornell now technically has a win over a competitor like Alex Connors makes me sick. Nevertheless, the scene was now set for a phenomenal showdown in the final of the tournament at Syndicate 3. The Lost Boys versus the Milford Maulers. Syndicate 3 took place the next night and marked the 1-year anniversary of yours truly being the head honcho in NGPW. First up, it was King Devla versus mystery opponent Jacob Sullivan for the NGPW Dragon Championship. I promised you that King Devla was going to lose that championship, and that is precisely what happened, because I get what I want. I am in charge of this company and everything in it, and I would always get what I want in the end. You hear me? Anyway, Jacob Sullivan beat King Devla to become the new Dragon Champion. Good. Next, AJ Gallagher versus Sun Vu Ho for the NGPW Lineage Championship. To quote one of the greats, everybody has a price. Including Sun Vu Ho's former best friend and partner, Zach Walker, who sent that freaky cat boy to the shelter and joined me. Sun Vu Ho thought he could one-up Walker by beating AJ for the title after Walker lost in January. That ain't a friend. So Walker finally saw some sense and joined Beltways Boys, the only group in this company that looks after each other. AJ won the match with the assistance of Zach Walker, but don't get me wrong, that was just a little extra twist of the knife for Sun Vu Ho. AJ didn't need it. He would have been fine to beat him on his own. Then it was time for the Tag Team Tournament Final, with the winners becoming the very first NGPW Tag Team Champions. The Lost Boys versus the Milford Maulers. It was a tough match, and credit where credit is due, I was proud of how valiantly both teams fought. But, as I identified early on, the Lost Boys are TBIT, the toughest brawlers in town. And they emerged as the very first NGPW Tag Team Champions. As a reward, I paid for them to go on a hunting trip to the Cascadia region of the Americas, while AJ and I were in Vegas. Hopefully they can catch Bigfoot. Hey, maybe then I could do Bigfoot versus Ragnar. Speaking of which, it was then time for Ragnar versus Leno James for the NGPW Heritage Championship. Let's talk about Leno James. I've built that boy up more than any other talent because I believed in his talent. For a year, I gave him everything. I molded him. But when I needed him to be Dragon Champion and carry on my legacy, he lost. And then when I needed him to get the Heritage title off that freak, he lost again. So I don't know why I'm even bothering to keep giving him the world. While me and the rest of the boys were on holiday, I paid to send him back to wrestling school, in the kids' class. Finally, it was then time for the Rumble. 30 competitors all vying to throw each other over the top rope until there's one winner who will face the Heritage Champion at Outlast. There were plenty of new faces in the Rumble. 3 of the returning rookies from Ground Zero that I signed. A confusing leopard print girl from Space Andromeda. Some gal with 2 manly names, Riley Stanley. And, Helladon. I don't really know what that is. I shouldn't have signed it when I was drunk. Additionally, making their NGPW debut was Jay Madden, who immediately decided to buddy up with LGJ, so he's a loser. Sean Dale, Johnny Rose, Kevin Raja, and Zach Harrison. Also, for some reason, referee Daniel Kudo managed to wrangle his way into the Rumble. I really need to get some better interns to put the list together next year. All of these competitors brought something unique to the ring, and I look forward to seeing them in the future. However, at the end of a grueling battle, AJ Gallagher stood tall. Now, I want to be clear. I did not help AJ win. I made sure Amy Rose lost, regardless of who was left. I can't allow some little girl to be number 1 contender. That's ridiculous. We're a serious wrestling company. Also, she's Ragnar's daughter. What if Ragnar's still champion at Outlast? What are they going to do in the main event? Hug each other? No. Amy had to lose for everyone's sake, and that's that. So, congratulations to my boy AJ Gallagher. Training and strategizing for Outlast starts today, son. So, that was Lords of the Ring and Syndicate 3. Now spring has sprung, and the next show is Spring Breakdown. On Saturday, March 28th at Kevin Cribbo Green Hall. Tickets are already on sale for just £7 a ticket. This will include a full Impact match. A match some say I may stole from RAW. Well, boo-hoo. They tried to steal my venue, so I stole their match. Big deal. For those unfamiliar, the match will feature 6 competitors in an elimination-style match. No disqualifications. Everyone has access to weapons, and falls count anywhere. It's gonna be brutal. So, buy your tickets now. Beltway out.